Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Common English Decoded. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're on your way to work, studying at home, or just relaxing, we are so glad you chose to spend this time with us.
Hey, great to be here. I had the craziest morning. I was trying to explain something to a colleague, and I completely mixed up my words. But that's actually perfect for today's episode.
Oh no, I want to hear that story. But actually, it ties in perfectly to what we're teaching today. You know, I make that kind of mistake too sometimes, even when I'm teaching.
So today we are tackling 4 verbs that confuse almost every English learner. And honestly, a lot of native speakers can't even explain the difference. We're talking about say, tell, speak, and talk.
Yes, and by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly which verb to use in any situation. You'll sound more natural, more confident, and your English will feel so much more real.
Before we go any further, I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 words do you find most confusing? Is it say, tell, speak, or talk? Drop your answer in the comments right now. We read every single one.
And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to Common English Decoded. We put out new episodes every week to help you speak English with real confidence, not just textbook English.
All right, let's get into it. First up, say and tell. These 2 are the ones that trip people up the most. Let's sort them out right now.
Okay, so let's start with say. The basic rule is this. Say focuses on the words themselves, the actual content of what someone speaks. The structure is simple. Subject plus say plus the words, or subject plus say plus that plus clause.
Right. So, for example, she said, "I'm tired," or he said that he was hungry. Notice, we're repeating the actual words. Say is all about the message itself, the content.
And in my daily life, I use say constantly. Like, my sister said she'd call me back. My boss said the meeting is at 3. The news said it's going to rain this weekend. It's everywhere.
Now here's the big difference with tell. Tell always needs a person, a receiver. You always tell someone something. The structure is subject plus tell plus person plus the message.
So instead of she said me to hurry, which is wrong, it's she told me to hurry. You hear the difference? Tell needs that person in there. Tell me, tell him, tell her, tell us, tell them.
Let me give you a few more examples. My doctor told me to drink more water. Can you tell the class what happened? She told her friend a secret. Every single time, tell has a person right after it.
Can you pause right now and make your own sentence using tell? Something like, my mother told me, or my teacher told the students. Try it out loud. It's good practice.
Now, say does not need a person directly after it. You say something. But if you want to include the person you're speaking to, you use to. She said to me that she was sorry. See how that's different from tell?
Here's a quick contrast. Compare these 2. She said she was sorry. She told me she was sorry. Both are correct, but the second one makes it more personal. You're giving me a receiver, a person who received that information.
And there are some fixed expressions you need to remember with tell. We always say, tell a story, tell a joke, tell the truth, tell a lie, tell the time, tell the difference. You can't use say with these, it just sounds wrong.
Can you write one of those in a sentence? Drop it in the comments. Something like, my grandfather always tells amazing stories. Or, she couldn't tell the truth. Go ahead, we're waiting.
So let's do a quick review. Say focuses on the words themselves, no person required right after it. Tell always needs a person. You're directing information at someone. And tell has some special fixed phrases like tell the truth and tell a joke. Got it? Great. Let's move on.
Now let's look at speak and talk. These two are actually quite similar in meaning, but they're used in different situations, and the level of formality is very different between them.
Let's start with speak. Speak tends to be more formal. You use it in professional contexts, announcements, and when talking about languages. For example, can I speak to the manager? The president will speak to the nation tonight.
And for languages, we always use speak. She speaks French. Do you speak English? I'm learning to speak Spanish. You would never say, she talks French. That sounds very strange to a native speaker.
Speak is also used in formal addresses. The professor will speak about climate change. Or in phone conversations. Can I speak to Sarah, please? It signals a degree of seriousness or professionalism.
Now talk is more casual, more everyday. It's the verb you use between friends in relaxed conversations. We're always talking about something, or talking to someone, or talking with someone.
Can you think of a time you talked to a friend about something important? Maybe, we talked about our weekend plans. Or, I talked to my sister for an hour last night. It feels warm, natural, conversational.
Here's a tip. First, use speak when the context is formal or official. Second, use talk when the context is relaxed and personal. Third, for languages, always go with speak. It's really that simple once you know the rule.
Another thing about talk, it's used in a lot of expressions. Talk it over means to discuss something. Talk someone into something means to persuade them. Like, she talked me into watching that movie. And he talked it over with his team before deciding.
Let's practice. I want you to say this sentence out loud. I need to speak to my manager about my schedule. Now try this one out loud. I talked to my friend about my problems. Did you feel the difference in tone? Say them both again.
And here's a fun one. Can you talk and speak at the same time? Well, sort of. We spoke for hours sounds quite formal. We talked for hours sounds friendly and natural. Same basic meaning, very different feeling. Which one would you use with a best friend? Write it below.
Okay, mistake time. And I want to be honest with you. These are mistakes that even we have made when learning or teaching. So don't be embarrassed if any of these sound familiar to you.
Mistake number 1, and this is a big one. She said me to come. This is wrong. Say does not take a person directly. The correct version is, she told me to come, or she said to come. Remember, tell takes the person, say takes to if you include the person.
Why is it wrong? Because say is about the words, not the direction of the message. When you want to direct information to a specific person, that's tell's job. Say just doesn't work that way grammatically.
Mistake number 2. He talked me the news. Nope. Talk doesn't take a direct object like that. You talk to someone or about something. So the correct version is, he told me the news. Or, he talked to me about the news.
Here's a funny one I actually heard a student say. Can you speak me the answer? Oh no, speak is not used that way either. The correct versions would be, can you tell me the answer? Or, can you say the answer out loud? Speak doesn't take a person as its direct object.
Mistake number 3. She talks English very well. This one is very common. The correct version is, she speaks English very well. For languages, always speak. Always. It's one of those rules with no exceptions.
And mistake number 4, using speak when talk is more natural. Imagine your friend asks, "What did you and your mum do last night?" And you reply, "We spoke about my future plans." That's not wrong, but it sounds stiff. "We talked about my future plans" sounds much more natural between friends.
Here's a practice prompt for each mistake. Number 1. Can you correct this sentence? My teacher said me to study more. Number 2. Fix this. Let's speak about it tomorrow in a casual context. Write your corrected sentences in the comments. We'll check them.
And please, don't be hard on yourself if you've been making these mistakes. Every single person learning English makes them. The fact that you're here, learning and listening, means you're already doing something amazing.
Mistakes are how we grow. Even native speakers confuse these sometimes. What matters is that now you know the rules, you've heard the correct versions, and you're going to start noticing these words everywhere. That's real progress.
All right, practice time. I love this part. We're going to do a choose the correct sentence activity. I'll give you 2 options and you decide which one is correct. Say your answer out loud. Actually say it.
Situation 1. You want to ask someone's name. Option A. Can you say me your name? Option B. Can you tell me your name? The answer is B. Tell me your name. Remember, tell needs a person right after it.
Situation 2. You're describing what a friend does for work. Option A. She speaks 3 languages. Option B. She talks 3 languages. The answer is A. For languages, always speak. Say it out loud. She speaks 3 languages.
Situation 3. You want to describe a casual chat with your neighbor. Option A. I spoke with my neighbor for a while. Option B. I talked with my neighbor for a while. Both are okay, but option B sounds more natural and friendly. Say it. I talked with my neighbor for a while.
Situation 4. Your boss gives you instructions. Option A. My boss said to me to finish the report. Option B. My boss told me to finish the report. Option B. Always. Tell me, tell her, tell them. That's the pattern.
Now here's your challenge. Create your own sentence using one of the 4 verbs. Something from your real life. Post it in the comments. Something like, my friend told me a really funny joke, or I spoke to my professor after class. Try it. Any level is welcome.
Don't worry about being perfect. Trying is what counts. And when you write in the comments, you're actually practicing real English, not just reading it or listening to it. That's huge.
Real conversation is never perfect. Even fluent speakers pause, self-correct, and make mistakes. What makes you sound natural is using the right verb in the right context. And now you know how. Keep practicing out loud every single day.
Wow, what an episode. I'm honestly so proud of you for sticking with us all the way through. Today we covered 4 verbs that confuse so many learners, and now you have the tools to use them correctly and confidently.
Let's recap the 3 main things we learned today. First, say is for the content of words, no person needed right after it. Second, tell always needs a person and is used for directing information. Third, speak is formal and used for languages, while talk is casual and conversational.
You're not just learning grammar rules, you're learning to sound real. And that's exactly what Common English Decoded is all about. We want your English to feel alive, not like something from a textbook.
Here's a reflective question for you. Think about a conversation you had today or earlier this week. Which of these 4 verbs did you use? Could you have used a different one? Think about it, and if you want, share it below.
If this episode helped you, please give it a like. It really does help us reach more learners just like you. Share it with a friend who's learning English. And subscribe to Common English Decoded so you never miss a lesson.
We are so grateful that you spend your time with us. Learning a language takes courage, dedication, and patience. You're showing all three of those things every time you press play. We see you, and we're cheering for you. Thanks so much for watching. Keep practicing, keep speaking, keep talking, and we'll see you next time.